your boy Neal back with another reaction video. We are back with Miss Hayley, Alexis once again. 5 things Germans do that just make more sense. Before we dive into this, y'all know I need y'all to smash that subscribe button, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got, Hayley?
Hi everyone, what's up? My name is Hayley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you did not know, now you do. Hey you guys, what's up? So in today's video, y'all, I think this is the part 2. I might have uploaded more videos about this topic, but it's basically things Germans do that just make more sense. If I have made more than 2 uploads, I will link them up above in the eye or down below in the description box if you want to check them out. But I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I just think make so much sense here in Germany. You guys can let me know if you are German or if you are from anywhere else in the world, if you do these things, if you don't do these things, or if you think these things are good, ridiculous. Let's just have a conversation down below in the comment section. And keeping this intro short, simple, and sweet, don't forget to subscribe, you guys. You might as well, because a lot of y'all are not subscribed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it helps me tremendously and it helps this video be seen by other people. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And so, with all that being said, let's get right into the video. The first 2 points are going to be very children heavy. And I talk about children a lot on my channel. I don't have any children, so I can't talk about my personal experience of being a parent. But when I first came to Germany, I was an au pair. I was a nanny. I worked in kindergartens. I volunteered in kindergartens. And so a lot of the cultural, the introduction to the culture and all of the culture shocks that I saw in the first couple of years of me being here usually came from children. And so that's why I talk about this a lot on my channel. And so with that being said, one of the most interesting things in my opinion that German parents do is allow their kids to use this, I'm trying to think of the name. I don't know the name. I call it a balance bike or a scoot. It is this little short bike that has 2 wheels with no pedals that a child has to basically balance their weight on, and they can ride it like a normal bicycle, just with no pedals. The first time I was introduced to this, I was an au pair, and the people I worked for, they asked if I wanted to go on a bike ride with their kids. And I was like, yeah, sure. But one of the kids was a little bit too small for a bike, like a tricycle, what we have in the United States that you get when you're younger. They come out with this little bike thing, this scoot, and they put it down. The kid gets on it, puts on his helmet, and is off. Literally, zoomies weg. In my opinion, it gives kids independence. It stimulates the child's mind. It teaches kids road rules and laws. It's exercise. There's just a lot of benefits that go into using one of these little scoots. Y'all, I don't know the name of it. I'm literally on here talking about a scoot. And if y'all don't start calling it a scoot from now on, I'm sorry.
It's a scoot.
It's not a balance bike either. I don't even know what the heck this name is. But yeah, it also teaches kids that a bicycle is a viable form of transportation here in Germany. I do think it's one of the cutest things to see one of these kids, usually in winter, like a little tiny German child, wrapped up in their winter clothing, like a little fat bubble on this tiny miniature bike, going down a decline on a hill really fast, like a little Formula 1 driver whizzing away. And I'm like, wow. And then hitting their brakes or stopping themselves just in enough time to not hit the main road. Going on to the next point, this is something that I find
I do like the, I've seen that in another video, those balance bikes, as she said, scoots. I like that name, so let's call them scoots. But yeah, I also think that would be a better transition to a bike with pedals. As tricycle, I mean, you could transition from tricycle to bicycle. That's what I did, and it's a transition. But I feel like going from that scoot to a regular bike, I feel like it'd be an easier transition because you're already used to balancing your weight. You're already used to being on 2 wheels. You're already used to that. So now you just add in pedals and you're already used to balancing everything, which I feel like is a key to riding a bike. So now all you got to do is pedal. So I feel like it's better to transition from a balance bike to to regular bikes.
Enough time to not hit the main road. Going on to the next point, this is something that I find to be very good, very smart, maybe a little bit harder to implement in the United States because of our parental leave laws, not even lack thereof. But in Germany, there's this thing called, I think it's pronounced Eingewohnung, and I haven't had to use this word, say this word in years, so I could 1000% be incorrect, but it is the acclimation of a kid, or getting your kid acclimated into daycare. I would say the average time at my kindergarten was around 10 days max. It just depends honestly on the parents, on the children, on the daycare, and a lot of other different factors. So let's say it opens at 8 a.m. You would go from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the first day, get to know the other children, get to know the people that are working there, get to know maybe the morning hour, the breakfast hour, eat food with the other children, introduce yourself. The kid introduces himself. He gets to know his own cubby where he's going to be putting his stuff at. He takes off his shoes, puts his little jacket up, those types of things. And then it's the same like process the next couple of days. It's just the time gets longer until usually the 10th to 14th day, the parent says, okay, I'm leaving, pick you up at 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., don't know your work schedule. Some people in the United States do this. I know a few people, they do this, but they only did it for like 3 days in the beginning. But a lot of times people don't have that time. They don't have that luxury. They don't have that privilege in the United States. So a lot of kids, they just get thrown into daycare. They cry, it's traumatic, and it's not really a nice experience. And so I think the purpose of this in Germany is to not have such a huge emotional detachment process, but also like building trust in a child, in the parent, in the kindergarten workers, and the other kindergarten children. It's just creating a nice environment and relationship between everyone. And I personally think it's an amazing idea. Maybe one day I'm just going to open a kindergarten in the United States, and it's going to be called the German American Kindergarten. I'm not German, but I'm American, and I'm bringing over the German way of life to the United States, and I'm going to charge a premium because capitalism. I'm just kidding, you guys. So the next thing is going to be...
No, I do agree with that. I feel like, I mean, because you're there, so it's like your kid knows, like, as long as you're there, like, it's a safe space, and so they're free, but they're also free to, like, get to know all the other kids. They're free to get to know these teachers, to kind of build that bond, build that trust, but they know in the back of their mind that you're right there, so if anything happened, they could come to you. But the more, you know what I'm saying, they get to know their friends, the more they want to play with their friends, the more they get to know the teachers, the more trust they develop with them. And so then you're definitely able, what she said, like the 10th day or so, you're able to just drop them off, and they're already comfortable, and they're already trusting around the other kids, they're already trusting around the teachers. And so I absolutely do love that. I absolutely do love that. I think, like she said, in America, I feel like most parents here just don't have the time to do that, exactly like she said. And so it's kind of, they'll throw them in the deep end mentality here. So it's just like, hey, I know we've been together like every day, all your life, but it's time for you to go to daycare. And it's like throwing them right in the deep end. And of course you're going to cry. It's like the person that they've been with every single day of their life that they know that they're most comfortable with is not there now. And so I definitely love that.
Because capitalism. I'm just kidding, you guys. Y'all are going to hate me. So the next point is going to be that cashiers can sit while they're working. I remember my first visit to a German grocery store and walking to the cash register and seeing all of the cashiers just sitting down, scanning stuff. And it was like, I don't want to say weird for me, because it wasn't, but it like made me think, why are they sitting down? What are they doing? And I don't know if it's because we have this bias or this like internal idea or thought that we have in the United States that if you are sitting and if you're not standing or if you're not constantly moving, you're not working, or if you're not constantly doing something, then you're lazy. It took me a while to get this like association and these thoughts out of my head to realize that this is so much nicer. It's just you don't want to stand, especially people that are cashiers. They are constantly standing, moving, bending over, picking up stuff. A lot of times people that are working at cash registers, they're also doing other jobs like stocking or inventory of some sort. And so it's nice to be able to sit down when you really have no need to stand. Let people be comfortable. There is no need to make things uncomfortable for people unless absolutely necessary, unless it's German bureaucracy and they just want to make everything uncomfortable, because then it's absolutely not necessary for them to make it uncomfortable. The next thing that Germans do that...
But yes, bro, yes, that standing up as a cashier, bro, in one place, not being able to move around. Oh my gosh, the feet. Your feet, your ankles, your knees, every part of your leg just is in pain. It's in pain. I don't understand why we have this bias like against working and being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You're still working, you're still being efficient, but now you're not in pain. You're not standing for 8 straight hours. You're getting to sit down, and I agree with the cashier sitting down. I think that's a great thing in my eyes.
Not necessary for them to make it uncomfortable. The next thing that Germans do that just make more sense is probably one of my favorite pieces of German culture. I don't know if it's German culture, it's probably European culture, but I just find this idea to be very cute, and it's something that I noticed when I first got here, and it is a little rent-a-garden. Like, I think it's called a Schrebergärten. I think it could be called a Kleingarten, a Familiengarten, a Heimgarten. There are so many different words for what this is, but it's like this piece of land, usually, that is maybe given or purchased by a club or association in Germany. And then that club or association takes little plots of land and leases it to their members. And so then those members can do generally whatever they want, or can like plant and grow whatever they want there for a minimal out-of-pocket price. These little gardens are sprinkled all over the country, but I really like them in the city for a few reasons. It offers a green space where there maybe isn't usually a green space. It allows a social environment for people that maybe feel isolated. It allows a lot of times elderly people to find a community of people that have similar interests as them. It allows you to grow your own fruits and vegetables at a minimal price. It allows kids and other types of even people that have disabilities, it allows them to learn certain, how do you say, responsibilities or skills that you maybe would not learn if you did not have this space available. It promotes and preserves certain species of plants and insects to thrive and have a place to live, because there are certain, maybe let's say, plants or insects that are not really endangered but on the verge of being endangered, and they need space because their habitats are being chopped down. So these types of gardens allow them to have this space, and there are a lot of other benefits as well. I will maybe list some on the screen so you guys can see everything that I've thought about. If I've missed some, you guys can let me know. So the last and final point is going to be
I do think that's a really cool thing. I think in Germany, they definitely do some really cool things, some really awesome things that I feel like we could adapt over here. There's some things that I feel like just wouldn't work in America, but there's some things I feel like we could adapt over here.
Thing that I've thought about. If I've missed some, you guys can let me know. So the last and final point is going to be something that y'all actually introduced me to or reminded me about, because I knew about it, but I totally forgot about it until y'all brought it up in my comment section. And it is in German, big words for a small brain, unterlassene Hilfeleistung und die Behinderung von hilfleistenden Personen, which means the requirement by law to help someone in need, like an emergency / or preventing people from getting the help they need. So ambulance, police officer, fire truck, whatever else you can add to that list, preventing those people from helping someone in need. And I think this is an amazing idea. In the United States, we have the move over law, which I think is umbrellas and touches all 50 states in the United States, which basically means if you can and you see, let's say, an emergency vehicle on the side of the road, you see one coming up behind behind you. They have their lights on. This can include sanitation vehicles, construction vehicles, I believe, also are thrown in there. You have to move. And I think that if you don't move, you can get like a non-traffic, I don't know, a traffic violation, something, and you maybe get charged up to like $100 or $200. But when it comes to laws that are as focused as these German laws are, it's sort of a gray area in the United States, because also regarding lawyers, you get a really good lawyer, you do something stupid, a lot of times you can wipe your hands free. So when it comes to maybe preventing police officers and ambulances from doing their job, you can get arrested. But like I said, if you have a good lawyer and you have money, 8 times out of 10, you're not going to get in that much trouble where you're going to go to jail for a year of your life or have to pay a huge fine. But in Germany, the thing is, if you do one of these things, like if you don't help someone that needs help, or if you're preventing someone from getting help, I think it's like up to 1 year in like jail, and also a big little fine. I think even in Germany, they could get rid of these laws and people would still do, I could be wrong, and people would still do these things just because of the culture and how the society works. Just be careful if you're in Germany and you want to watch and record, because that's also not allowed. In the United States, that's allowed. Here in Germany, you get in a lot of trouble. And so if you have skills, if you are able to help someone in need, you should definitely do it. Don't be a hindrance, don't be a burden, and also don't put yourself in more danger to hurt someone else. If you hear someone screaming in a house on fire, don't go run in the house that's on fire trying to save them, but call an ambulance, check the surrounding areas to make sure all of the other homes, everyone's getting out, check to see if like the neighbors are okay. I don't know, look to see if you can move something so it doesn't catch on fire. That's just what I would recommend. And there's probably a firefighter listening like, girl, don't do any of those things.
Just call us.
Police, ambulance, and ambulances. What do you call the people that are in the ambulance? An ambulance? An ambulancer. Firefighters, they have more skills than you do, but at the end of the day, you should never underestimate yourself as like a human with basic instincts when it comes to helping someone. 6.8 times out of 10, you will know what to do if you have consent. And so yeah, with all that,
common sense ain't so common. But yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like, I don't know why you wouldn't. If you were able to help someone in need, and there was someone in need, you should help them. Like, I don't know why you would. I always, if I see them cop car light up, or them cop lights light up behind me, I hear that noise, you best believe I'm moving over. Anybody who's standing in front of them trying to prevent, y'all crazy. Because it's like actual fear that's striking my heart when I see cop lights behind me. I'm thinking, if I pull over and they keep going, that's thank you, God. If I move over and they keep rolling on, thank you, Jesus. Because every time I see them behind me, I'm scared they pulling me over. But I definitely feel what she's saying on this. And there should be consequences. If you're able to help someone in need and it's an emergency and they're in need and you just ignore them, like, you should be punished, I feel like. Because why wouldn't you help your fellow man?
You will know what to do if you have common sense. And so, yeah, with all that being said, those were the points. Those are the things that I think Germans do that make so much more sense. You guys can let me know what things make sense to you. Like I said, I will link more videos up above in the eye and down below in the description box if you want to watch them. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day, and bye.
Doses. Hayley's definitely always dope. Always rock with her videos. But that's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or just drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video on thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. You just subscribe to any of that. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.